Hey everyone, welcome back to another vlog. Today I'm taking you on a pretty wild ride because we did something huge. We moved to Singapore. Yep, you heard that right. We packed up our lives, quit our jobs, leased out our condos, said goodbye to our cars, and here we are, living in Singapore for at least a year while David dives into his MBA program. Honestly, it still feels surreal to say that out loud. This is my first time moving abroad, and let me tell you, it's been an adventure of a lifetime. Of course, it's been a roller coaster with its fair share of ups and downs. There are days when homesickness creeps in, and we miss our friends and family in Toronto like crazy. And despite everything, it feels like that we're living in a never-ending tropical paradise, with warm weather, lush greenery, and sunshine that we're definitely soaking up. So, we just landed in Singapore yesterday morning, and we are still very much jet-lagged. It's been such an incredible experience, to say the least. I actually picked up his badge today. We made some friends. So far, we came into this just knowing each other, went to a couple hawker centers, and then we ordered the chicken and rice. It is phenomenal, and it's also like a Michelin star restaurant, and you can get that here for like $6.
We are exhausted, to say the least. We got in after like several delays. We got in around 5 a.m. and then we just like forced ourselves to stay awake. The weather's amazing, people are super friendly, and things are going pretty well so far, I think.
Yeah, we still have a lot to do. Right now it's only our second day. Even coming here and leaving our friends and family is like very emotional. Kind of leaving my daily routine from Toronto to come to a foreign country. As a partner in INSEAD, I know he's very busy, so I have to think about myself and what I can do to keep my time occupied. So I have signed up for like a full-time Chinese program to accompany for business Mandarin. So I'm thinking about doing more content creation and meeting new friends and exploring around Singapore. So like Malaysia, Philippines, there's like so many Southeast Asian countries that you can explore. So we have done a lot of preparation to come to Singapore. So leased my car, leased our apartment in Canada, left our friends and family, quit our jobs to come to Singapore.
You know, for the years to come, to have really good friends that we can make, that we can kind of keep in touch with and meet in different countries. So definitely one of those. Honestly, I am so tired, still jet lagged, but we're about to go out for dinner.
David booked this really fancy restaurant, so that's why we're dressed, you know, somewhat
Nicole's dressed super nice,
elevated. So we're gonna go and check it out, and we'll see you guys at the restaurant.
Bye.
Hi. On top of that, this move marked the biggest career transition I've ever faced. Just a little while ago, I was hustling as a full-time corporate leasing manager and a real estate agent. I was constantly on the go, working overtime, and let's be real, burning out more times than I like to admit. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely loved my job. It was my identity for 5 years, but deep down, I knew I needed a change. A moment to breathe and figure out what I truly wanted to do. That's when content creation started whispering in the back of my mind. I've always been drawn to filmmaking, creating things that inspire, and hey, real estate isn't going anywhere. I can always go back if I wanted to. But while I'm here, I figured why not take a leap and learn Mandarin? Who knows what doors that might open? So I enrolled in an intensive business Mandarin program, and I have to say, it's been going surprisingly well. I'm getting better at reading, speaking, and even mastering some tricky Chinese idioms. It's challenging, but it just feels so rewarding at times. We are at Clementi Mall. So far, I am really impressed by Asia's, especially Singapore's transit system. Like everywhere is so clean and so safe, and I don't feel unsafe in the subway. So it's off to a really good start. How do you feel?
It's pretty good. good.
Wow. Officially an INSEAD student. At INSEAD, I met a lot of partners that are very much the same journey as I am on. Very excited to be here. I've met really great friends so far, and I see you guys later. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that chewing gum, jaywalking, and even eating on public transport are all banned in Singapore? Yep, that's how they keep this place spotless and so clean. Seriously, everyone follows the rules here, and it works.
Next station, Dover.
But let's talk about the weather for a second. It's so humid, and the second I step outside, any effort I put into curling my hair just goes completely flat. And don't get me started on the sweating. If I'm out for more than 15 minutes, it feels like I just ran a marathon. Not the most glamorous look, but hey, at least it's always summer. A year ago, I thought I had my whole life planned out. I knew exactly what I wanted to do and who I wanted to become. But now, I'm just a little bit more unsure. And honestly, that's okay. When the chance to move to Singapore popped up, I was hesitant, leaving behind everything familiar to me. My career, my friends, my family, it was terrifying. But then I reminded myself, life is so short, and this is just one chapter of a much bigger story.
This is really, really good. It's so tender and it's so soft. So I got this Viet coffee. So that's how it is.
So far, we're loving it here. It feels like we're living in a world of endless summer, a stark contrast to the icy winters back in Toronto. The people here are incredibly kind, always greeting you with a smile. The streets are pristine, it's unbelievably safe. And the food? Oh my gosh, the food is out of this world. From the vibrant hawker centers to the rich flavors of Peranakan cuisine, I have fallen in love with every single bite. So we did 3 hours of lessons using this HSK book. It's very, very challenging, and we have to answer all these exercises with the teacher and my classmate. Just really need to learn how to read and write. So just why for my self-study, I chose to study this book, which has all the necessary 1,000 Chinese characters for everyday speaking. And as for the future, honestly, we're still figuring it out. We don't know where we'll end up after David's graduation. We might stay in Singapore or move to Hong Kong and maybe move back to Canada for good. Sometimes the uncertainty gets to me, but I'm learning to embrace the unknown.
Finally got my hands on this white seafood bihun because last time I was at this hawker place, the stall wasn't open. So finally I've been craving this for like a week or more. So I'm so happy that I finally got my hands on these white seafood bihun, and I think it's actually my favorite food in Singapore, to be honest. I usually like my pasta overcooked, and this is the definition of overcooked vermicelli. And I know I'm weird, but like it's a personal preference. First bite. It's so good. Now I'm heading to the subway station to check out this Champion Bolo bun, which is this famous cafe in Singapore. So I'm very excited to try it, and I will see you guys later. And of course, I have shown you guys the best sides of Singapore, but at the same time, when you're moving all the way across from the world, it's hard not to feel homesick. We do miss our home and family back in Toronto, but we know that this journey is worth it. If I didn't make the decision to go to Singapore, I would feel a sense of regret. So this is a time to explore, to venture out, be courageous, and take risks with our careers. So I actually forgot my umbrella today, so I am just relying on this roof to get me home.
Yet, even with all this uncertainty, I can't shake the feeling that this is exactly where I'm meant to be. It's a privilege to be here, to explore a new culture and to create memories that will last a lifetime.
afraid of heights. But you can see it's a little bit scary.
If you've made it this far, thank you so much for coming along this crazy journey with us. I've got so many more adventures to share, so many more stories to tell. So if you're curious to see more of Singapore and everything this chapter of life has to offer, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned.